The rain fell in relentless sheets, drowning the world in a symphony of chaos, but amidst the storm, a single moment of stillness would change two lives forever. On the side of a deserted highway, a sleek black sedan sat helpless, its flat tire a silent cry for help. Inside, Evelyn Carter, a woman who commanded boardrooms and billions, felt a rare pang of vulnerability. She was used to solving problems, but tonight, she was just another soul stranded in the storm. Little did she know, the man who would stop to help her carried his own burdens, his own quiet battles. And in that fleeting moment, under the dim glow of his truck's headlights, their worlds would collide in a way neither could have imagined. The rain poured down in relentless sheets, turning the quiet highway into a blur of gray and silver. Cars sped past, their headlights slicing through the gloom, but one vehicle sat motionless on the shoulder, a sleek, black sedan with a flat tire. Inside, a woman in her early 30s gripped the steering wheel, her knuckles white. She glanced at her phone, but the screen remained stubbornly dark. No signal. No help. Just the rhythmic pounding of rain against the roof. A few miles back, Jake Thompson was closing up his small auto repair shop for the day. The shop, a modest building with peeling paint and a flickering neon sign, was his pride and joy. It wasn't much, but it was his. As he locked the door, he noticed the storm worsening. He sighed, thinking of the long drive home, but something made him pause. Call it intuition, call it luck, he decided to take the highway instead of his usual route. That's when he saw her. The sedan was impossible to miss, even in the downpour. Jake pulled over, his old pickup truck sputtering to a stop. He grabbed his toolbox and approached the car, his boots splashing through puddles. The window rolled down, revealing a woman with sharp features and piercing green eyes. She looked frustrated, but there was something else in her expression, vulnerability. Need a hand? Jake asked, his voice steady despite the storm. She hesitated, then nodded. I don't know what happened. The tire just went flat. Jake didn't waste time. He knelt beside the car, the rain soaking through his jacket, and got to work. As he loosened the lug nuts, he tried to make conversation. Name's Jake. You from around here? Evelyn, she replied, her tone guarded. Just passing through. Jake nodded, sensing she wasn't in the mood for small talk. He focused on the task, his hands moving with practiced ease. The rain made everything harder, but he didn't complain. He'd been in worse situations. As he worked, Evelyn watched him closely. There was something about him, his quiet determination, the way he didn't ask for anything in return. It was a stark contrast to the world she knew, a world of boardrooms and billion-dollar deals. She was Evelyn Carter, CEO of Carter Industries, one of the most powerful women in the country. But here, in this moment, she was just a stranded driver relying on the kindness of a stranger. When the spare tire was finally in place, Jake stood, wiping his hands on his jeans. You're all set. Just take it easy on that spare, okay? It'll get you to a proper repair shop. Evelyn stepped out of the car, ignoring the rain. Thank you, she said, her voice softer now. How much do I owe you? Jake shook his head. Don't worry about it. Just glad I could help. She studied him for a moment, then reached into her purse and pulled out a business card. If you ever need anything, call me. Jake took the card, glancing at it briefly before slipping it into his pocket. He didn't recognize the name, but the sleek design and gold lettering told him it was important. Thanks. Drive safe. As Evelyn drove away, Jake returned to his truck, his mind already moving on to the next thing. He had no idea who she was, and it didn't matter. To him, she was just someone who needed help. Weeks passed, and life went on as usual for Jake. The shop stayed busy, but things weren't easy. Business had been slow lately, and he was struggling to make ends meet. His old truck needed repairs he couldn't afford, and the roof of his shop leaked in 3 places. Still, he kept going, fueled by his love for the work and the satisfaction of helping others. One evening, as he was closing up, a sleek black car pulled up outside his shop. Evelyn stepped out, her presence commanding attention even in the modest surroundings. "Jake," she said, smiling for the first time. "I've been thinking about you." He blinked, surprised. "Evelyn? What are you doing here?" "I came to make you an offer," she said, her tone serious now. "I've been looking for someone like you, someone honest, hardworking, and kind. I want you to come work for me. Head of operations for my company's automotive division. You'd have resources, a team, everything you need." Jake stared at her, stunned. I don't know what to say." "Say yes," she urged. "You deserve more than this, Jake. Let me help you, like you helped me." The offer was tempting, but Jake hesitated. His shop was more than just a business, it was his dream, his life's work. But as he looked into Evelyn's eyes, he saw something he hadn't noticed before: gratitude, respect, and a genuine desire to give back. "I'll do it," he said finally. "But on one condition. I want to keep this shop open. As a training center for young mechanics. Give them a chance, like you're giving me." Evelyn smiled, nodding. "Deal." The transition wasn't easy. Jake had to learn the ropes of corporate life, navigating a world of meetings, budgets, and deadlines. It was a far cry from the simplicity of his shop, and there were moments when he doubted himself. But Evelyn was there every step of the way, offering guidance and support. Meanwhile, the shop underwent a transformation. With Evelyn's funding, it became a state-of-the-art training center, attracting young people from all walks of life. Jake made sure it stayed true to its roots, emphasizing hands-on learning and the values of hard work and integrity. One day, a young woman named Mia walked into the shop. She was shy and unsure, but Jake saw something in her, a spark of determination. He took her under his wing, teaching her everything he knew. Over time, Mia blossomed, becoming one of the center's star students. Years later, Jake's small shop had become a thriving training center, producing some of the best mechanics in the industry. He and Evelyn remained close, their bond forged on a rainy highway and strengthened by mutual respect. Jake never forgot where he came from, and Evelyn never forgot the kindness of a stranger. The story of the mechanic and the billionaire became a legend, a reminder that sometimes, the most meaningful connections are made in the most unexpected ways. And in the end, it wasn't about money or status, it was about helping someone in need, and the ripple effect that one act of kindness could create.